discuss them with you. Also, meme of the slide, when celebrities start talking about politics, eye rolls. Some people feel that way, some people love it. Oh, perfect. Last one. Okay, so the goal of this topic is to understand that our three branches of government, the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch, individually have taken steps to increase civil rights. Okay? So the first reading that you got is actually a book review on one of Miss Dillon's favorite books. It's called The Arc of Justice. I know I've told the story in class before, so if you remember, you can tune my voice out if you don't remember. So Odyssean Sweet and his wife moved into this neighborhood. It was an all-white neighborhood, and this is the picture of the house over here in the upper right-hand corner. It's really pretty. He was a doctor, and as he was moving in, a mob formed outside of his home, and it was because him and his wife were black. So he called his friends up. He was like, there's a mob forming. I'm a little nervous. Would you help me protect my home tonight? So him and his friends are locked in his house. They do have guns, but they're not firing them. And the mob, as the night goes on, gets bigger, bigger, and louder. Well, one of his friends in the top window up there that you see got scared and fired the gun into the crowd. Now, the person that they shot died. When the police came, they did not break up the mob. They came to the house and they arrested Odyssean Sweet. Okay? And they said, it's your home. You're responsible for this mob. It's your fault. You're going to jail. Okay? So the reading will tell you how that ends. My goal for you is to understand what branch of government did he interact with. I will tell you that he did have a lawyer. This is a true court case, by the way. His lawyer is a gentleman by the name of Clarence Darrow. He is the real life inspiration for To Kill a Mockingbird, the dad lawyer, whose name escapes me at this moment in time, but he's a real life inspiration. Okay. The next activity in your topic 3 is a JFK civil rights announcement. So President John F. Kennedy was a president during part of the civil rights movement. He is the one that was assassinated a little more than halfway through his first term as president. When he started out as a president, he didn't really have a strong stance in the face of civil rights. He wasn't making big strides. But the more things that happened in the civil rights movement for him, he felt like it was his role as president to take steps. So what you're actually looking at is an example of him to improve these rights. So what I want you to get from there is, what does he do as the president to extend the Bill of Rights? And then the last thing you'll see is the Supreme Court and the civil rights, and you can use all of this to complete that last assignment in your packet. And a couple of things we're going to cover. Brown versus Board of Education. This is top 5 most important Supreme Court cases in U.S. history from 1776 all the way to 2020. Brown versus Board of Education states that separate is not equal. So it forces schools to desegregate. Okay, so schools were saying that there could be a white school and a black school. Brown versus Board of Education says that's not cool, that's not equal. We need to integrate and put these groups together. Okay, now there is a Brown versus Board of Education 2. And what that basically says is there are a lot of states that, they got the rule that said, okay, we have to put our groups together, but we're going to take our sweet time and we are not going to care about how long it takes. Well, Brown versus Board of Education 2 says you got to do it and you got to do it quickly. Okay. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is also mentioned in this reading. She is the woman, if you remember from the previous video I talked about on the basis of sex, she is responsible for gender equality rights in the United States. Completely amazing woman. She still sits on the Supreme Court today. Women being able to have these positions in office. We talked about Nancy Pelosi, who is the Speaker of the House in 2020. That is the highest position that you can have in the legislative branch. These are women getting their equality. Ruth Bader Ginsburg and a couple of other women you'll read about serve on the Supreme Court. That is the highest level at the judicial branch. So the only branch where women haven't held that highest position of power yet is at the executive branch. I hope in our lifetime we will see a female president, but it does not look like we will see one in the next election because there are no women still left in the running as of right now. Movies to watch at the bottom. The movie that I watch with all of my government classes, and I am absolutely upset that we will not get to watch it this year, is a movie called The Butler. The Butler is based off of a real life butler who worked under the White House, in the White House, and I believe he worked under 5 or 7 different presidents, and it kind of explains the civil rights and how each president tries to do something to make the process a little bit easier. So ask your parents' permission if you get a chance to watch this movie. It is absolutely amazing. One of my favorite movies. I hope you get a shot to read it. Also, this guy down here at the corner, the right-hand corner, the guy in this house. Okay? All right, that is all I have. Remember, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, to shoot me an email or text that number. All right, everybody, until next time, bye-bye.